Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now if you're looking for a headset, we're going to review the Cooler Master MH752. And that's right, Cooler Master, the guys who make PC parts and accessories, they also have a very good lineup of headsets in their product line as well. You can go and check them out. And this video once again is not sponsored by Cooler Master or anything. It's just all my personal experience and review of this unit. I also got this unit from my wife as a Christmas present in 2020, so thanks a lot for the Christmas present, and I hope this review would give you an insight of what this headset can do for you. Right, before we get into the review of this unit, if you're looking for a general use headset that has a microphone and also has good clarity in terms of voice, which means that if you're listening to people talking on podcasts, you're listening to light and easy music, your conference calls, or even your gaming and you're communicating with your teammates, this is going to be one of the better headsets in this price range. And what you get in the box, the headset, of course. It also comes with a very nice braided cable, 3.5 millimeter cable that you can plug into your device or plug in straight into the sound card. Which comes to the next part, it does come with a external USB sound card. I'll talk more about this in a bit. And of course, the microphone that is detachable from the unit. I'll have a audio test of the microphone in the video as well. Stay tuned for that. And they also threw in a carrying case, a very nice felt carrying case for your need if you need to carry this around. Now, taking a look at the headset itself, it is mainly made out of plastic. The only parts that are metal are probably the headband, adjustable headband section, and also some parts inside the ear cup section where the drivers are. But having it plastic isn't such a bad thing, because from my experience so far when I'm testing it for a couple of weeks, the lightness of the plastic build, and it's not cheap plastic, okay, this is good quality plastic for whatever they used here in this price range, right? It's really good, and isn't been good for me for my daily use so far. I've been using it every day and it's been holding up pretty well. And the lightweightness of the unit, that is something that you would take in account for if you're using it for long periods of time. Now, what's also interesting is that Cooler Master decided to make their 3.5mm jack detachable from the headset, which makes it easy for you to transport this around. Okay, and if you don't need it, just take it off. It's very easy to keep in the case that comes with it or some other carry case that you have. What's also really nice is that, and a good touch to this, is that the 3.5mm jack actually has small grooves on the edge on one end. That end actually goes into the headset. All you need to do is line it up, plug it in, and then give it a twist into one direction, and what that will do is lock the 3.5mm jack into place, and no matter how hard you tug it, it's not going to move. Okay, and this is something that I've seen in much more expensive headsets, in the audiophile headsets section, not this kind of gaming headsets. That's a really nice touch here, so that you don't accidentally pull the 3.5mm jack cable out if you forget you're wearing these units, or even accidentally kicking the cable out when you use it. Personally, I've experienced that before, so this is a very nice touch from Cooler Master to add this in. Now, if you did pick up the MH752 model, you actually get this external USB sound card. Now, this goes from a USB-A port that goes into your laptop or any gaming device that accepts a USB connection, and the other end, which is the USB sound card that has some general controls on it. The volume control that you can have, there's button clicks. The sensitivity of the mic is also clicky buttons. There's also a mic mute switch, which actually is really nice to use, because if you don't need to, you just want to mute yourself for a second or so, you can just mute that and unmute very quickly. Then they also have a 7.1 virtual surround system. Now, what this means is that if you do use the virtual surround system, it kind of gives it a bit more space in terms of your listening experience. So based on the games that I play, because a lot of the games are based on Battle Royale and you have opponents coming at you from different directions, being able to hear a bit more of their footsteps and where they are and trying to pinpoint where the opponents are, that's really nice to have. So the 7.1 actually works really well in that kind of situation. But of course, the 7.1 on in terms of music or in terms of movie watching isn't as actually as good as I thought it'd be, but it does have that openness of feel. So it kind of feels like if you're in a movie theater and you hear that sound versus if you're watching it from your couch at home, right? So that's the kind of difference you get. And that's the kind of experience I can share with you in terms of my usage of the 7.1 surround sound on this external sound card. The microphone that comes with it is also detachable, so it makes it easy if you don't, especially if you don't need to use the microphone at one time and you're using it, just unplug it and it looks like any kind of just simple headsets you can use outside without any worries, right? None of those funky gaming headsets where you have the microphone all built in. Good touch here to actually have this removable and to make sure the microphone is plugged in the correct direction, because this is an omnidirectional mic. They actually created a small groove section that only fits in one way in the headset, so you actually get a very nice fit to it to make sure it sits and fit in to the section where the microphone goes in, and also it makes sure the microphone is pointing towards your mouth and not somewhere else, and you don't have to worry about the microphone pointing somewhere else, and it's generally in the mouth section when you actually have the headset on and you plug the microphone in. This is audio coming from the HyperX Could Revolver S microphone that is hooked up straight to the USB sound card into the laptop. And once again, no EQ, nothing on for this particular part of the test. Only thing, I may bump up the volume a bit in terms of post to make sure it's all even. But this is what it sounds like, and you can hear that it does sound a little bit like a robotic sound or a compressed sound. That's because this microphone actually includes a noise cancellation hardware and software system in it, and it's trying to block out all those low to mid frequency sounds that you may get, like the fan blowing or compressors running, etc. It doesn't block out everything, but it blocks out all the necessary distractions if it can. So this is what it sounds like using this microphone. Let's hop on to the MH752. And this is the audio coming from the MH752's microphone, hooked up straight to its USB external sound card into the laptop straight away. Once again, no EQ, no compression, nothing. And you should hear a difference between the HyperX and the MH752's mic. And you'll notice also that there is no noise reduction or cancellation on this microphone. That's why it sounds much clearer and cleaner. But the downside is that if there's any kind of noise that happens when I'm actually talking here, it will be picked up by the microphone. And that's where you have a little bit of a downside to this setup. So you may want to figure out a more quieter area before you start using this mic. And then again, if you don't need to speak, you can always hit the mute button. You can always keep it quiet for that specific time. Okay, to do a quick background noise rejection test, I have my phone about 1 meters away from me. I'm gonna play a music piece right here. My iPhone is set at the maximum volume and it's really loud when I'm actually here and present. But if you're able to hear me, this is what it will sound like if you have a loud playing phone right behind you, and it's kind of distracting because it's really loud. Overall, I think this microphone will be able to reject that and put that as low as possible, but this is what it sounds like. Okay, and to do a background test again with the MH752 this time, I'm going to start the music again. And this is what it will sound like if I'm talking over the music that's playing from my phone at full blast. Like I said, it's kind of annoying because I normally like it a bit quieter before I actually do this, but for this background test, this is what it'll sound like if the music is getting really loud and you have some really noisy environments. You may want to consider moving to a different location before you actually start using this microphone. Okay, I hope that was interesting enough for you. The microphone test was, I think, the most important part here. I know I can't actually show you what it sounds like over the headphones. You may have to pick one up yourself to try it out. But believe me when I say that it is built more for general use and gaming. it is really meant for that, because for my testing, when I listen to more specific types of music or even movies, I don't have that kick when I use this headset. So I prefer different headsets for those if I want to have a better user experience in terms of audio. But overall, like I said, this is good enough for my general use, and especially for gaming and conference calls, because the voice parts are super clear. Right, that kind of wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end, and if you did like the content I just published, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification icon so you get notified when I'm posting the next video. I'm trying to hit my first 1,000 subscribers in 2021. I'm almost there. Please subscribe, share, and if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, put them in the comment section below. Let me know and I'll try to answer all those questions as well. And until the next video, everybody, thanks so much. Out.